face is full of hair.
Why is it every single time we start, it's venom in your face most of the time?
God.
Welcome to the Castle Rock. Wait, I already messed it up. Welcome to Watches on the Couch Castle Rock. I am one half of your host. My name is Chris Nays. I'm joined by the other half.
Venom's butt.
Venom's butt, but in a, very real sense, it's the other human.
Me, Debbie Hodges.
Yeah, that's right. Debbie, how are you this fine morning?
Face full of hair.
Face full of hair. We've established that.
I feel great.
You feel great. I feel great. What better day to talk about the movie Doctor Sleep than many months after it was in theaters? But only a couple of short weeks since it's been released on video or...
video, yes.
Blu-ray.
VHS.
We are here to talk about that and nothing but that today because we don't have time for anything else.
Right. And look at you, full of notes.
I have so many notes.
Look at me.
You are absent of notes.
Full of non-notes.
That's okay. You've never had a problem playing off my notes whenever I'm the only one that has brought... You just had to dodge a tail in your face.
So much butthole.
For the listeners. So much butthole. Let's not start the podcast with butthole. If we can avoid it.
Well, it's already happened.
So, of course, Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining.
Yes.
Came out in book form probably about 5 years ago at this point, which is crazy.
Really?
And
Only 5 years?
Not that long ago, yeah. And then, let's see. The movie was released, let's say, October-ish.
That sounds about right.
We talked about it a little bit. We touched on it. Right? I think because we were meeting up for Castle Rock and it kind of failed, and we discussed that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and we had also seen Pet Sematary.
That's right. So...
and it had come out. When did it come out?
It Chapter 2, over the summer, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That also failed. Well, not really, but it didn't do as good as the first one did.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about those.
No.
We're going to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
Directed by Mike Flanagan, who is recently famous for directing Gerald's Game, which I don't know if you saw that on Netflix or not. The lady who gets handcuffed to a bed.
No, I haven't seen that. I want to see that.
Definitely going to need to see that soon.
Because that's with the guy that dies in bed with her.
Yeah, so it starts with her husband dying in the room with her.
Yeah.
And she's handcuffed, and there's nobody around.
Yeah.
So...
Like they were getting kinky.
Yes. And very crazy things start happening, which... we can't spoil here because we're going to talk about another movie. But he directed that. He also directed The Haunting of Hill House, which was far more popular.
Oh,
than
the
Gerald's
TV
Game.
show?
Yeah.
Fucking love that.
I liked it a lot. I didn't absolutely love it. I felt like the ending didn't really do it for me. And
really?
I think it...
I watched it several times just because after I watched it the first time, I realized there were so many Easter eggs.
Sure, yeah. You go back through and there's like things that connect.
Yeah.
Of course, if you've seen the ending, you know.
The articles that I read, they're talking about how like once you start seeing the ghost, there's a ghost in every scene, just like there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is there really?
Yeah, bent neck lady.
So then
She's everywhere.
I went back and I was like, well, shit, she is. They are.
Uncle Steve told Mike that when he asked whether he should do this movie, or if he could do this movie in the way that he wanted, Steve basically said, "I win either way."
Right.
If the movie's great, awesome. If the movie sucks, everyone says the book was better. So
it's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, no, and he's he's pretty well known for being open, at least, to his stuff being made into movies.
Right. And I was thinking about that while I was watching this, that, man, they really try so hard to make these Stephen King books come to life. And it's like they either nail it or they don't. But everybody still wants to try. Like, nobody, like, I don't think we're ever going to get to a point where people stop trying.
Right.
Because the books are so amazing that it's like, well, I want to try to capture that.
Yeah, and also, and Doctor Sleep specifically, like, he wanted to bring Kubrick's world to it as well.
Right.
So there's an interesting kind of melding of the two.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of things that Steve really likes about this movie that pertain to the old Shining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll get to those when we get to them. But, so he needed Steve's blessing to bring back the Kubrick stuff as well as the Kubrick family. Everybody was pretty on board as long as certain things were addressed, I think.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, he also, before we get into this, he used Kubrick's blueprints for the hotel scenes. So a lot of those are exact.
I mean, that makes sense after seeing it.
Up until a certain point, like, I don't think everything was in storage as far as, like, props, costumes, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They talk a little bit about that in the Boner features. So I don't know if did you get to watch those?
I didn't get to watch those, no.
I think I mentioned a couple of things in here that are on them, so we'll get to that. So let's start the movie. We get a sort of immediate feel of Kubrick with a big aerial shot and slow moving down towards a family camper.
And the music in the movie.
Music is great.
It brought back so many happy feels to the original.
Yeah, there's a lot of nods, of course, to Kubrick.
Well, that dun, like,
yeah.
I'm not going to recreate the sound, but it's very heavy.
I can't remember if it's like dun,
yeah,
or something like
that.
that.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
All right, well, I nailed it.
Gold star.
So Rose the Hat. This is kind of her introduction, right?
Yeah.
She's charming and dangerous.
Yeah, she lured a little girl.
Very attractive female, I will say.
So, has she been in other ththings? She
yes,
looks familiar, but
I looked up her IMDb and I hadn't seen any of them.
See, that's what I thought too. Like she's just got a very familiar face.
She's a very well-known actress at this point, but in the past few years has been in a lot of stuff, but I didn't write them down. So, Rose the Hat basically lures this girl in by charming her, and the girl is trapped before, we know it.
She's surrounded by other people.
Yeah, and we don't know who these people are yet, but she says to the little girl, the special ones taste best.
Yeah.
And then as the camera pulls away quickly, the group of strange individuals surround her and, we don't know what they're doing to her, but
they touching her.
Yeah, they grab her really quickly and we don't see what happens. Let's see. Director's cut. We see the little girl, Violet's mom, yelling for her and the caravan leaving, but we do not see that in the theatrical. So I went to great lengths to write down when there's added stuff going on.
See, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you for joining me. Okay, so there's also these chapter cards that come up in the director's cut that are not in the theatrical as well. So we get the first one of those right here.
This is the funny thing. So I own the director's cut, but because I was having issues and then other issues, I watched the digital version, which is not the director's cut.
Oh, okay. So theatrical is what you watched. Okay, I actually like that you watched that one instead, and I know you're eventually going to get around to the other one.
Yeah.
But overall, just going to say theatrical cut is better.
See, and that's why I wasn't too bummed that I had watched that version.
I've heard other people say that I am wrong and that the theatrical cut is the worst of the two, but we'll get into why I think that.
It felt long as the theatrical version.
Felt long.
It felt long.
I feel like it's long enough.
Right.
Because it's already kind of long, like you say. So
yeah, it's 2.5 hours.
Exactly. It doesn't need... okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we go to the Overlook. There's a title card over the iconic carpet design. We see Danny, and he goes into room 237.
Which I have to say, they did a really good job of casting.
Yeah, they did.
Close to the original cast.
I am so happy that they didn't do the digital.
Me too.
Recreation
I
of
was
faces.
kind of afraid of that. And the chick that they got to play Shelley Long, or not Shelley Long, who was it? Is it Shelley Long?
Shelley
Duvall. Yeah, Shelley Duvall. The lady they got to play her character. I mean, she nailed her.
Yeah,
she nailed it.
Like mannerisms and
exactly. Yeah,
things
you could tell she studied Shelley Duvall.
Oh yeah, totally.
And wanted to get that right.
Yeah, I feel like everybody that played another character from the old movie did a pretty good job, at least. You know what I mean? I think the distracting one maybe is the Jack Nicholson. Just because, like...
At first, I was like, did they digitally age him? And then I was like, oh, it is a different guy.
Yeah,
like,
it's a different guy
when they were only showing him from the side,
it's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, Jack Nicholson's way of speaking is so iconic.
Yeah.
And is so entrenched in your memory, that it's a little hard to pull yourself out of it, I guess.
Yeah. But he nailed the look.
So... Kubrick version, Danny's kind of turns around these corners and stuff create disorientation and confusion. I felt like I should mention that because, like, the turns are not really the same as, like, they change throughout the original. It's kind of crazy, like, how weird it feels when he's going around because... if you were to map out,
well, yeah, it doesn't make an actual
right. It doesn't
circle
match
around.
Ever. So,
no.
I just thought I should at least mention that.
It's like the hotel is like going this way and then that way,
right? It doesn't make sense.
No.
Which is completely on purpose. Director's cut. We also get footprints on the shower rug. After the Overlook, Danny goes mute. He sees ghosts of the Overlook around. And then we have Dick Halloran and Danny talking about the, I guess, ghost that he's seeing, right? Yeah. He tells him to create a box in his mind and trap them. In the director's cut, the speech is longer with more added things that are unnecessary that a lot of this extra added dialogue and stuff is just stuff that you find out soon anyway.
Right.
So there's no reason for them to over-explain it, which they definitely do.
Yeah, they're just trimming the fat.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm super glad they did that for theatrical because, watching the director's cut, you're like, okay.
I get it.
I understand. Yeah, I really felt like all of those old characters, they're faithful to what they... look at and what we know of them and then the time that they come from as well, They went to painstaking lengths to make sure all of that stuff was on point. So
right, and I appreciated that for sure.
Absolutely. We go to a time jump to Danny in his 40s. It says it's New Jersey 2011. Danny's a severe alcoholic. Nearly beats a man to death in a bar. Steals money back from this girl that he's having a one-night stand with.
Some bitch.
And we're wondering, like, why is Danny being immoral and totally shameful, And,
I just figured it was to dead the...
shades of his dad, and yes, to
dead it all inside.
Right.
I mean, if you grow up with a hotel fucking trying to kill you and then having to put them all in, like, boxes.
Yeah, but also in the previous scene, like, he did tell them how to fight against it.
Yeah.
So he's not necessarily following exactly the path we want him to at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, he could have gone the good route, but you understand it's a lot of heavy shit for a child.
Right. Danny also, in that bar fight, says, take your medicine. So that's straight from the book, not from Kubrick.
Right.
So we have King's influence on this script already, which I like. Movie theater scene, Rose and a partner of hers.
Doesn't he say that again at the end?
That?
The take your medicine?
Think he does.
I thought we heard it again when he's at like the climax at the end.
Probably. I'm gonna say you watched it more recently than I have, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
I just feel like it sounds vaguely familiar, like I heard it again.
Let's see. Oh yeah, in the director's cut around this part, we see Abra playing on the piano, and the parents take her to bed, and then while she's upstairs, she's not going to sleep. She's just playing the piano from her room.
Right.
So yeah, back to the movie theater scene. Rose and one of the partners we saw her with earlier are watching a woman use her abilities to mess with the pedophile.
Which I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was a great way to introduce, first of all, that character.
And to use your powers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
for good. I mean, kind of good. Visually,
yeah,
any good.
she's in a sort of revengey way. It's good, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So we go to Danny lying in a gutter somewhere. He's getting on a bus, and director's cut. There's a secret card message from Danny that says hello. Kids magic show. She says, I can do that whenever the magician is doing stuff.
Yeah. That was so cute.
These spoons are on the ceiling when the parents go inside, and Abra is doing that.
Yep, she told them she could do that.
Yeah, and while she's doing this, Danny and Rose both feel her faintly.
Yeah, or using the
far
power.
away, right. Let's see. We have the girl who was in the movie theater in Rose's lair.
Yeah, because she essentially kidnapped her.
Yeah, exactly. And then she's basically telling her what the deal is going to be. You know,
Eat well, live long.
yeah. She says something about 40 years. And, right. Eat well, stay young, live long.
Which I feel like she should have had, like, the Vulcan symbol
Yeah,
going on
right.
while she said that.
Live long and prosper. There's an added line in here about the true knot and Andy's confusion about the entire thing, which we get all of the true knot stuff soon, so why over-explain? But it is intriguing that we don't know quite how old she is. You know, I think she over-explains that in the director's cut.
Rose the Hat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one guy, Grandpa, or whoever he
Grandpa
was.
Flick?
Yeah, he had been around for a long, long time.
Right.
Long time.
Yeah, exactly. He's the oldest of them, of course.
So it kind of gives you an idea that who knows how long they all could have been around.
Yeah, I think later when he's passing or whatever, when he's fading away, she explains that a lot more. You know, you lived with Romans and that sort of thing.
Yeah, she goes through all the time periods.
Danny goes to New Hampshire on the first bus he can get. He, let's see, there's small versions of the town in the town square, like a little small maze. It's
like a replica.
Like a replica, just like the small maze in the Overlook was.
Right.
In this scene, I'm not really sure if I buy that Billy character just like
I know, he just like
in.
immediately found a new best friend.
I heard somebody on another show explain that like that's because that guy also has a little bit of The Shining, but he all he really says is I get a feeling about people like you. That's not really necessarily saying he has The Shining,
right? I mean, that's a lot of trust, and
he says sometimes I get a feeling about people.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I would necessarily take in just some guy that got off a bus, but whatever.
That looks homeless. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but he did say that he had been in that same situation.
Right.
So I guess he feels that, he knows that he can help someone.
Yeah. And maybe he smells some alcohol in his breath or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just smells really bad. Who knows, right?
He looks like he smells really bad.
Yeah, he does. Greasy hair and stuff. Anyway, let's see. The Snake Bite Andy ritual. That's the character we were previously talking about, the girl.
Yeah.
We get more of what the true knot is. They pull out a canister. It's violet. the previous
girl we saw.
right? She says she tastes like flowers. That's really creepy.
Mm-hmm. And also, do you want to be eating something that tastes like flowers?
I don't. I mean, they smell nice, but
yeah, are you wanting to eat that?
Danny is haunted by more ghosts. Then he goes to an AA meeting.
Well, don't gloss over the fact that his new best friend got him a place to stay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And within that place to stay, there was a homemade chalkboard on the wall.
Chalkboard, and that comes back later.
Right.
Actually, really soon. Which like that shows you like it's like why does why does she in the director's cut? Why does she already have a card that says hello from him? Why it's still a little too jumpy aroundy, right?
Yeah.
So they took that out. Let's see, where did I leave off here?
He's at the AA meeting.
Yep, there it is. AA meeting reminds the doctor about his watch. He calls him Doc. This next scene is really similar looking to Jack and the hotel manager from The Shining, where Danny is talking to this doctor. A lot of really similar shots going on and just feeling between them. They're feeling each other out.
Right.
Danny's like in a really dark place mentally though. And you just get more of that feeling as he is.
But it seems like
himself
seems like he wants help. Like
right.
he's reaching out for help. He wants
him
to
going
change.
to the AA meeting and being
right.
taken in by Billy and everything. This doctor offers him a hospice job. This actor who plays this doctor is Bruce Greenwood.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's a really familiar face. I kind of wish he would be in this more.
He's one of those people that you know his face, but you never know his name.
Right. In the book, he has a much bigger part. He helps Danny and Billy take on the True Knot. He goes with Danny to Abra's parents' house.
Oh.
And he's with Danny at the shootout in the woods.
See, I would have thought, yeah, that makes sense because he kind of gives himself away when he says, well, this is where your watch is.
Right. Yeah, he just chalks it up to... But also, this doctor doesn't know about The Shining, so...
Yeah. But, I mean, it makes sense in the book that it would go that way.
Mm-hmm. There's a few differences and changes, but on the whole, they do a pretty good job of adapting it while combining it with the Kubrick stuff.
Right.
Andy asks after the ritual, "Am I still human?" Rose says, "Do you care?" This is where we get a director's cut Abra and Mom bedtime scene where she asks if her mom is scared of her. We get that later, so there's no reason to have it really. Really cute cat at the hospice is a harbinger of death.
Oh my God, that face.
Yeah.
Oh, that little face. I loved it.
The dying man calls Danny Doc several times. Danny helps him move on. His dying spirit escapes out of his mouth. And we kind of saw that earlier where the True Knot was drinking or breathing in the canister. So
they drink in your essence.
Message on chalkboard, hello. He messages back, hi. Let's see. We get some overlook shots. Really liked that stuff. Is that the first time? I think that's the first time we see the overlook in the movie.
I believe so.
And I'm not sure if that's director's cut or not. Time jump. 8 years later, back to AA again. Danny gives a speech about his dad. Loves the slow camera push to a close-up with tears in his eyes. I underlined, great actor. He's, they could have gone a lot of different ways with the Danny. Like, they could have picked a bunch of different actors to play that role, and I feel like he really fit for what they were going for.
I agree. I like him.
Like him a lot. He's been in a lot of really different, interesting roles lately. Chief among them, top of mind, is the Harley Quinn movie.
Oh yeah, he's like the bad guy.
Yeah,
in
he
the-
plays the villain, and it's a really interesting way of playing him. I actually really liked that movie.
You saw it? You liked it?
Mhm.
I was wondering about that.
It got panned, and nobody went to see it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't really understand why.
I don't either.
I mean, I
It's-
didn't go see it, but
Yeah.
that's just because I was planning on watching it at home anyway.
Right.
But maybe that's what everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
They're like, I'll just watch it when it comes out.
I did not see the. We're getting off track already, but I didn't see the Suicide Squad movie, so I just went to see this without seeing that one. It was fine.
Yeah,
No problems.
Suicide Squad's not that great.
Yeah, there's 100% less Joker in this movie.
Yeah, it's better.
Let's see. The Cat and Danny are a team. He helps a guy die again, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
That cat is so cute.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
does that mean that cat has like The Shining?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
And that cat's been around for a while, so
Yeah, and also I think King wrote that in because he heard he's seen stories in the news about
cat's
things
sensing
like
that.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if that cat's special and it doesn't die or it doesn't age that much. Or
Well, it's got 9 lives.
this is true.
And if it's a full-time inside cat, you might as well go ahead and double those because they're not going to die for a long time.
Yeah,
They're sheltered. Hear
very
that, Venom?
sheltered. Very sheltered.
You're not going outside, so you're going to live a long time.
Oh, he met a doggy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was he angry?
Well, he became a full Halloween kitty and like was up on this table,
Yeah.
like just.
Oh,
all-
okay.
But he didn't hiss. He didn't growl. He just was kept his distance. It
Yeah.
was like, I will be as high as possible.
Yeah.
Nicola and Kinsley were just like, whatever.
Right. I'm sure they've seen dogs before.
They lived with the dog for like a year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. More messages on the wall.
Between him and Abra.
Yeah, they're just being friendly,
Mhm.
right?
They're like little pen pals.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. Not cuter than the cat, though.
No.
Let's be clear about that. The oldest not member, Grandpa Fleck or Flick or whatever, looks really sick.
Is that Lurch?
No, it is not. But he was in Gerald's Game. He was in, let's see, what was the other thing I was just thinking about? Oh, Twin Peaks. He was in the third season of Twin Peaks.
He's not the guy that played Lurch?
I don't think so. Oh, you know what? In the Addams Family movie, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. So there's concerns over there being like a less steamy world, which basically means less shining or people that have the shining are in this world.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're eating them all.
Right. Well, also, like, they're becoming harder to find and the
Because
people...
of all the medications.
Right. And they're having a harder time tracking down people. Right.
Yeah.
Rose is looking for a whale, which means somebody who has more steam than anybody else has ever.
Right. The prize.
We see this Brad kid that they are tracking on a baseball field. One of them is watching him from the stands, right? So they have tracked him down.
Eavesdropping a conversation
Yeah.
between parents talking about how this kid never misses.
Right.
It's like he knows.
So they're in Iowa and watching this kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
We see him walking home and we're like, no, please no. This kid just looks like a sweet kid,
Yeah.
right?
Number 19.
Oh, that first Dark Tower,
Blah.
first Dark Tower reference. The number 19 is all over the place in those books.
Mm.
Also, I think the bus that Danny got on is made by the Tech Corporation. That's also in the books. And the train that's like in the little kids train or whatever that we see in a little bit looks like Blaine the Train from one of the books.
Oh,
so
okay.
lots of Dark Tower stuff going on. I like that. Maybe the toughest scene in the flick coming up. well, first of all, they easily kidnap him because the Snakebite Andy uses her ability.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I do want to come with you guys. No, you shouldn't get in that creep van.
Nope.
As the kid, so they bring the kid to this like abandoned factory sort of place.
Yeah.
Surround him with the trailers, tie him down in the middle of this kind of clear area, and they slowly steal his steam while carving him up.
Yep.
They kind of brilliantly shoot this, by the way, like, so you don't really see him getting cut, but you see everything else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're stabbing him because they want that fear and pain.
Right. He even asked them, "Are you going to hurt me?" And she's like, "Yes."
Yep.
And you're like, "Fuck, this is brutal."
But that wasn't the worst scene in the movie. The worst scene in the movie was the scene that I forgot you told me about.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did tell you. I did warn you about that.
You did, and then I forgot.
Well, whose fault's that?
Yours. You didn't warn me enough.
So the knot breathes in as pure steam, and Abra sees it happen from far away.
Yeah, she's screaming at home in her
right.
bed.
So then Rose feels her from far away while she's very upset. Abra then breaks murder into Danny's wall, and Danny sees it in the mirror as Red Rum.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
Yay. So they are instantly on to Abra. Let's see. Oh, and then there's an extended little part of Rose saying, "Damn, I thought I had him for a few more minutes," when the kid dies.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. So then we get some really Kubrick-ish camera movement from the chalkboard to the bedroom door, back to the chalkboard.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where the camera's stationary and you just swing with it.
Right.
Which is cool. I like that.
I like that, too. Gives you a cool perspective of his room.
Exactly. Get some Abra mind reading. She finds the missing boy online by using her ability, right?
And the internet.
Right, to trace where the boy was. Excuse me. Let's see. So I believe that Lemerck Industries is also a Dark Tower reference. They create metal robots in Dark Tower. You wouldn't have known that unless I told you, probably.
That's what I said.
Yeah. All right. Cool. In Rose's head at the grocery store, Rose thinks she feels something, so she like turns around.
Yeah, feels like she's being followed.
Right, and it's, as I said, Abra's in her head. Abra then knocks her on her ass when Rose kind of
like
says
touches her.
Oh, she says like, "Oh, hi there" all the time.
Yeah.
She actually says it like maybe a few too many times, I think. That's like her only phrase. Like catchphrase or whatever.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah. And it's in that creep way too.
Yeah.
Danny also is knocked down and says, "Please help me, Tony," while he's out. As at least according to his fellow AA members.
Yeah.
Rose wants Abra immediately.
She wants that good stuff.
Exactly. But I think,
which seems kind of greedy. They just had a kid.
Right. But this is the white whale she's been looking for.
True.
So but you get the feeling from when she's talking to damn it, I keep forgetting what that dude's name is.
Oh yeah, her like right hand man
guy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, her right hand man guy.
Yeah.
You get the feeling in that conversation they have that she's fearful of her power.
Right.
But she still wants to find her immediately, regardless of what it takes.
Yeah.
There's more extra dialogue here in the director's cut. Abra takes a bus to Danny.
Yeah,
Billy,
she skips school.
Right.
Oh.
Billy sees them together and is like, what the fuck's that about?
Well, yeah.
They have a bench chat. Abra wants to find where the not buried the kid in Iowa. Danny is kind of a coward about the whole thing.
Well, yeah, because he's like, this looks bad.
Yeah. Well, he's been running from stuff like this forever. He's like, anything bad, he doesn't want it in his life, right? He puts it in a box and is like, stay away. This is a little different than his ghost, though.
Yeah.
These are people that are stealing souls, for lack of a better way
they're
of
real.
describing it. Deleted scene with Mom and Danny. Not really much happens in it. At the hospice again, Dick Halloran comes back. He says that Kai is a wheel, which is from Dark Tower, and he makes Danny see that he must help.
Right.
This is also extended. But we get another deleted scene where Crow finds an earthquake article, which is basically where Abra was.
Oh, Crow, that's his name, right?
Crow, yeah. So I guess I did find it out eventually.
But yeah, that's also he tells Danny that's the last time he's going to see him too.
Right.
Like he's done.
Yeah, so I guess we should have maybe explained that he's a ghost in this.
Right.
So we're following the Kubrick version. He is actually dead.
Dead, right.
In the book, he was not dead. He wasn't killed.
Right. And I was wondering how they were going to address that, and we find that out pretty quickly. But
yeah,
I was curious about that because
So this article, this earthquake article that leads Rose to Abra, it basically just explains the next scene. You don't even really need it because they know where she's so powerful that they will be able to find her.
I know. I was for half a second wondering how they knew so quickly. So that explains it.
Yeah.
But I didn't need it.
Yeah, exactly. So Abra's mom is leaving town, asks if the grandma will die.
Right.
Then Rose uses astral projection to fly mentally. And are you frustrated by the cat right now? Is that
no. This is where we're getting to the scene
I
didn't like.
Yeah. So she flies using astral projection to search for Abra while Abra is sleeping, or so we think.
Mm-hmm.
She enters her room with a really cool camera shot that goes up sideways.
Yeah.
I think he used a similar thing in The Haunting of Hill House as well. As I think I remember something like that, where it tilts.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and he does it several times in this movie, towards the chalkboard, and
yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Thought it was cool.
It's very cool.
She enters her room, mocks her, and gets careless.
Uh-huh.
Searching through the file cabinets of her mind very casually and mocking her while she's doing so. She is caught by Abra when the file cabinet slams on her hand. That's enough. But she's
trying to escape.
She's trying to escape. She de-gloves her hand by pulling it out, very similar to the handcuff thing that he did in Gerald's Game.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it's an awesome looking practical effect.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I turned my phone the other way.
You didn't?
Yeah, I didn't. I was like,
man.
I'm not watching this bullshit.
Well,
as soon as her hand got trapped and I saw her start tugging, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Turn away. And then I just listened to when I thought it should be over with.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it's safe to watch again.
So as she pulls her hand out. It's really nasty
it's
looking.
Ripping the skin off.
Right. She there's a sticky floor, which is interesting too, that she's able to control the entire environment of the room.
Yeah.
You know, it's in her mind, I guess. She's having trouble pulling her feet off the floor to even get out of the room.
She's just dripping blood.
And then she's flung out of the room violently. Back to her body, and she literally flips end over end super violently.
Flies off the top of the RV.
Right, yeah. She slams back into her body and off onto the ground. She's screaming because in real life her hand is
fucked.
Completely mangled, right?
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I like it because
stop showing us the hand.
I like it because like there's this very real connection between, it's not like she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like her physical self was able to be there enough to be damaged.
Right.
So when they're warging into each other's minds or whatever, they are at risk.
Right.
So I like that.
They're not safe just because they're not physically
right.
there.
Abra then talks to Danny. Danny gets Billy to go to Iowa with him, based purely on explaining what is going on.
But now at least they have 8 years of friendship behind this.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
it's better than walking up on the situation and being like, hey, now let's do this.
I didn't even really think about that they look like they haven't aged really. You know what I mean? Besides Abra.
Danny looks better. He's all clean.
That's true. But as far as like the movie jumping 8 years, it's not enough for them to look like, they're crazy older. Besides Grandpa getting, to death level.
Yeah. Skeletal level.
They need the baseball glove to really track down exactly where the body is.
Yeah, she needs to touch something.
Or to track down where they are.
Yeah, because the other guy touched it.
Right.
Yeah, so he touched it.
So they go to dig up the body, which also is pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Grandpa Flick is dying. It's a pretty terrifying death, apparently. And then they all feast on him, so it's not all bad.
Yeah.
For them, anyway. For us, it's like, geez, this is pretty crazy.
You liked him, you think? Did you?
I mean, he can't taste very good, right?
Oh, yeah. I wonder what he tasted like.
Old man.
Dirt.
Old man smell.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because if the girl tastes like flowers.
And Danny tasted like whiskey.
Yeah. I don't even. Maybe like what's that powdery stuff you put on dry skin?
Talcum powder.
Talcum powder. That's what he tastes like.
Gross.
I've never tasted talcum powder, but I imagine that's what he tastes like. And when he leaves, it's powder.
Yeah.
So it all makes sense. Mm-hmm. They should have called us when they were figuring this out.
It was pretty gnarly. When he was dying and
when
he
he's
was
fading out or whatever.
Yeah, and it was his face, like skeletal face, his face, demon face.
I thought,
face.
as far as like digital effects in the movie, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, and that guy looks creepy anyway.
Right, and that's yeah. So that's why I'm like, he's lurched, right?
Like I know at this point when he's dying, like they have done some digital effects to his face and stuff, but
he's got just great bone structure.
Yeah.
There are so many birds in my backyard.
Oh my God. Is it The Shining?
You see them, Venom?
Get him. Get him. Okay, anyway. Abra bothers Danny a bit while Billy and Danny are on the road.
Yeah, she just pops in the car.
Yeah. Sees the typewriter overlook and boxes in Danny's mind. She's like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah, very rudely entered his mind by showing him how easy it was.
Right. We get a scene with Rose and Crow Daddy. He convinces her to stay back while the caravan goes to kidnap Abra.
Right, because she's been in her brain, so she can't. She's been compromised.
They have a plan to dupe the True Knot people.
Yeah, well, they have to get the dad involved. So
yeah, so
and he takes it well.
First, they still haven't gotten to the body yet, though. Billy still isn't sure if Dan is crazy. They dig up the kid. They get the glove. Billy is now convinced of everything because the kid was there. Mm-hmm. How else would he know? He's magic.
Or he's the murderer.
That's true. I don't know if they address that or not.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, this only proves one thing. You either did it or...
And surely Abra's dad thinks that he's the murderer until she gets in his brain and is like, no.
Yeah.
This is actually what happened. Danny and Billy go to Abra's. Her dad is not convinced until Abra shows him in his mind, as I just said. In the director's cut, there's let's see, not in the director's cut. There's flashbacks of what we saw: terrifying child murder by the knot.
Yeah.
So I think they do this a different way
In the director's cut.
In the director's cut, right? Like she just like touches him and he's like horrified, and then but I really feel like in the theatrical version where they actually like go into what he's seeing, and it's like, that you're not doing their terrible things to that kid.
Yeah.
It's like, this is exactly what happened. Okay. Now we can
move on.
Now we can move on instead of over explaining to the dad, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what they do. They over explain it. It's like, okay, don't really need this. Danny's plan is to lure them into a trap using Abra as bait in the creepy forest. We get a quick shot of Rose saying, go get her to the caravan, right?
Right.
And then there's a classic sort of fade out, fade in, like in the original Shining, where we're moving to the creepy campground sort of area that they're so familiar with, apparently.
In New Hampshire.
Right. The knot arrives. They fan out very systematically, like they've done this a million times.
Yep.
The fat slob guy has a gun, and we soon find out they all do. Andy has a needle hidden behind her back to inject Abra, who's sitting on a bench.
Right.
Fake out. Danny and Billy start shooting all of them. All of the knot have handguns. Danny and Billy kill all but Crow, and Andy, she runs to hide in the camper.
Now, why does shooting them hurt so bad? Because I felt like it really incapacitated them just being shot in the arm.
Well, she gets shot in the arm and then runs in the camper, so she's not.
Yeah.
But the rest of them get shot like in the chest or the head, right? I
just feel like some kinds of chest wounds aren't fatal.
Well, you got to suspend disbelief a little bit too. Like when there's a shootout in a movie,
I just felt like the bullets were like extra hardcore against them somehow.
Sure, but we have a lot of movie left.
Yeah.
So we gotta get the point across. Okay, let's get the rest of these guys out of the way. We keep a couple.
Yeah.
Andy is
they were
the
just
only
easily
one.
Killed.
Right. So Andy runs the camper. She confronts Danny. She tells Danny, go to sleep. He's able to resist a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
Abra helps him.
Billy saves, Danny from getting killed by her, but as she's dying, she tells Billy to kill himself. And you're like, oh, fuck, I forgot she can do that.
Yeah. As soon as that happened, I went, no.
Because we actually like Billy. He's pretty cool.
He's so nice.
That's the thing.
That was like the only person that Danny had.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the dramatic thing about this is it reminds me a lot of when they killed... Oh, you know what? I'm not going to spoil that for Walking Dead people. When they killed a certain character that everybody loved, the most dramatic thing you could possibly do is to take that fucking one person that you love so much and then rip them away.
Are you talking about with the...
Talking about with the thing and the thing.
And the thing and the thing?
Really specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Abra is like, I didn't see the crow. Where's the crow? Well, the crow is in the house with you.
There he is.
Danny's been outsmarted. The crow goes to Abra's house while the rest of the crew was at the creepy forest area. The crow killed the dad.
Which was unnecessary. I did not like when they zoomed in and I saw him laying on the floor. I was like, well, maybe he's okay. Oh, wait, there's a knife in his back.
Yeah. So in the book, parents are not killed. So you're right. Not necessary. Crow kidnaps Abra. Director's cut. The dad confronts Crow outside.
Oh, and then you see him get
and
killed.
and then sort of backs him into the house, and he makes a valiant stand against the crow, but it's kind of unnecessary. So
the only reason why I see that killing the father was necessary was for the dialogue that we see later,
right,
in the van when he's talking about
he uses it as an ammo
both sides
against her.
died. Yeah, and that's the only reason why they did it, is to have that dialogue.
It's it's really dramatic for a bunch of people on both sides to die.
Yeah.
So, we get Abra and Crow in the van. She's really drugged up. He lectures her, and his evil is finally showing.
Yeah. And he blames this all on her.
Because, before this, you just see a lot of... Well, actually, no, there's the whole them killing the kid thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually stab the kid, though. It's... I feel like of all of those characters, he's the most
nicest.
Interesting, and, he buddies up with Rose.
Yeah.
So I get, he is really evil, but at the same time, he has a cool part in this movie, so I actually kind of like that character a little bit. I don't like him,
but it was a real dick move of him to be like, "This is all your fault. Had you just let us kill you to begin with, and not been
and
so
feast off of you for
self-centered,
years, right?
Yeah, and been so self-centered, your father would not be dead right now.
Yeah,
how dare you?
As I said, his evil is showing. He's pure evil at this point.
That's not justifiable. That's not how you turn that.
Definitely not. Danny is at home gripping a bottle again. He throws it down, calms himself down a little bit, finds Abra.
Is able to reach out to her in the mind.
And we get the cool tilting effect thing.
Mm-hmm.
Danny wargs into Abra. Really great mood change in acting by the girl Kylie Curran.
Yeah, for sure.
This is her scene.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? This is the coolest scene of her in the movie, I feel like.
Yeah, because she's being a total badass.
Yeah. She the look in her eyes, I feel like her eye color changes too when Danny's in her.
Yeah.
But
it's like they're clear or something.
She has a look on her face that's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like she nailed this 100%.
Yeah, it's almost like a cocky,
right,
I know something you don't know.
Yeah, and she's teasing him, or actually I guess it's Danny, but
I imagine when they did that scene, he probably acted it out for her, this is how I would do it.
I haven't read this book in a long time, but I feel like that has to be in the book.
Yeah.
Because it's so well written. Maybe it isn't though. I don't really remember. But as you said, Crow is not really aware of something that's very important, and that's wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Danny uses his ability to swerve the van into a tree, and Crow flies through the windshield and pretty quickly dies.
Yeah.
A very gruesome death.
Yeah, his skin's missing from his face and stuff.
Again, those death scenes look really cool, and they kind of nailed that.
Gnarly.
It never really gets old, because we saw a bunch of those characters die just now, and it all looks pretty cool.
Yep.
Rose gets really mad.
Uh-huh.
She
because she's feeling every death that happens.
Right. So she takes the rest of the steam they got, and it's a lot.
Yeah, she hulks out.
Well, actually, it's not a ton, but whatever is left in the camper, she takes all of it.
It heals her hand.
Right, exactly. So there you go. It heals her boo-boo. Danny catches up with Abra. They take a car ride toward the Overlook because Danny says it's dangerous for people like us.
So it's got to be more dangerous for people like her.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then we get the creepy heartbeat that is iconic in the Kubrick film.
And again, the music. Oh, it's so good.
Music's great. They kind of just nailed it as far as the soundscape of the movie and
the
that sort
feeling
of thing.
and tone. Yeah.
So more homage to Kubrick, big landscape shots leading up the mountain, like the helicopter shots in the beginning of The Shining.
Right.
In the book, they go to the True Knots campsite. So it's where they are stationed out of, which happens to be the former site of the Overlook.
Oh.
Because in the book, it burned down.
Right.
So, because we're combining different versions, and because it actually works a lot better visually to have the Overlook. That's why they went that way with it.
And people want to see it.
You want to see it.
It's a character
right?
at this point. The hotel is an actual character.
And even if they went with like the version where it's not there, I feel like you gotta like have it in somebody's mind or something.
Right. I was gonna say, even if they had made it burn down, like as soon as you get to that property, your mind is playing tricks on you, and you feel like you're in the hotel again.
And honestly, like I feel like this is a very missed kind of, and I'm talking about the movie version, sort of situation where the version that happens is maybe better than the version than in the book, because in the book you're just fighting on a campsite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That visually, that's just not as interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I wonder if he's asked that question, if he will admit the same thing.
There's definitely some like there is a 5-minute thing where King is actually co-interviewed with the director. Yeah, so you'll get to watch that.
Yeah,
but that's actually rare for King to do. He doesn't really get involved in being in the boner features,
right? But like in The Mist, he was, and that's where he admits that he liked their ending better.
Yeah, and he said that in interviews as well.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Danny goes in. He says he has to wake up the Overlook, right?
Mm-hmm. He goes to the boiler room.
Yeah. So, while we're here, just want to say, like, recreating the set decades later is like a really cool thing. They went back to his original blueprints, as I said earlier. They went so far to
they nailed the colors.
Yeah. Reminded me how they recreated the Millennium Falcon like in physical form.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just love that. Danny walking through the living quarters, like you said, going to the boiler room, which is somewhere that we never saw before in the Kubrick version. We see Wendy huddled in the bathroom, which they totally nailed the look of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they did such a good job, and those actors did amazing.
You got to think, like, they had Kubrick's plans for even where the camera was sitting to look at all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to get it exact.
Just the right angle. Mm-hmm.
So we see the gold room as well. And actually, as he's walking through this, the Overlook's becoming less dilapidated and more vibrant.
Right.
And, like it's brand new.
Which is something that the director did in The Haunting on Hill House.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that totally makes sense.
Yeah, he made that dilapidated house come back to life in that one, too.
So this is where we get Jack Torrance as the bartender.
Right.
The story of the of flies on Danny's mom.
That'd be terrible.
Danny's talking back and forth with this ghost, right?
Who keeps saying, you have me mistaken for someone else, because he doesn't remember that he was his dad.
Right. So the flies on his mom as well is like a death harbinger, like the cat was.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Like I was kind of visualizing that, and I'm like, that would be the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Because you want to be there for that person.
Yeah. And what's cool is they don't show that.
Right.
They just they planted it in your head.
Yeah, they planted it well, because I can visualize it now, and it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, and you know, you think about your relatives that have passed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, I feel like really good movies and really good stories make you think about your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like how this relates to you. You know what I mean?
That's self-reflection.
And shitty movies, you are never really pulled out. You're just looking at it on a screen, right? And it's not affecting you emotionally at all. So anyway, I thought they did a really good job, and I'm not sure if that's in the book either. I wish now that I would have reread it. But it is what it is. Deleted scene. Let's see. They go to the bathroom from the Kubrick movie where it's like red and white, and it's it's visually interesting, but it's kind of unnecessary. They just they just clean up. Jack is cleaning up Danny like the former caretaker is cleaning him up in the movie.
Right.
Yeah, so, there's more hotel influence on the director. But
and we realized that Danny all these years has put all of the other ghosts into boxes.
Right.
But not his dad.
Right. And, I guess his dad is there. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's not following him around. You know what I mean? He's stuck at the hotel. So, as Danny's doing this, Abra's in the car waiting outside, and Danny earlier tells her, "Hey, when Rose comes, let me know, and I will, you come and join me, right? Inside." So, Abra joins Danny inside the Overlook when they see Rose coming. Abra says this place feels sick.
Understatement.
And not in a good way. Rose arrives, big shot of the boarded up Overlook with all the rooms lit up. It's really cool looking.
Because it's dilapidated on the outside, but when you go inside, the house is like, ooh, we're ready.
Yeah, exactly. We get the really dissonant soundtrack. Rose watches the blood pour from the elevators and smiles. Danny... so... They are standing in the kind of main...
in Jack's old writing room.
Yeah, I can't remember what they call that area, but it has a specific name. But anyway, that's where his writing room was. That's where you can kind of go upstairs.
Those grand stairs.
There's an iconic scene in The Shining where Wendy has the baseball bat and she's backing up.
Backing up the stairs, yeah.
Right.
Well, Jack's coming after her.
Which we'll get more of that in a little bit. But, so Danny says, you don't know where you're standing. And she gets instantly warped into the maze.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was cool as well. They recreated the maze.
Yeah, the outside maze.
Rose thinks they're in Abra's mind, because Abra is running back and forth, slashing her with a knife.
Taunting her.
Yep. Danny nearly traps her in a box, which I thought that was a really cool thing. Like, so just close.
Creeping up on her from behind, open, just waiting to trap her in.
Yeah. Of course, not that simple.
Nope.
Rose is talking shit as she walks up the stairs. Very good homage to the classic Give Me the Bat scene.
Yeah.
As we were just saying. Rose gets the best of Danny after his cool axe swing shot, like in The Shining, where it moves back to watch the backswing and then quickly moves forward.
He gets her like right in the shoulder.
Right. Let's see. She gets carried away, breathing his dirty steam. Yeah. There's also a
she
shot
cuts him
where,
in like the femoral artery.
Right.
So he's bleeding out.
Yeah, and she knocks him down the stairs, which, by the way, that guy really did jump backwards down those stairs. Not the actor, but the stunt guy.
The stunt guy.
He deserves some kudos big time because that is a big flight of stairs to jump down and roll down, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But
even if there's a little padding at the bottom, that's still not going to protect you.
Yeah. But there was padding at the bottom, but he actually nails the stairs.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's more flashbacks in Danny's memories. The boxes are really angry, and Rose must know what is inside these boxes. She's very curious.
She's rifling through his brain.
Which, she's doing that to frighten him, but it turns out it's going to backfire big time because Danny is like, I'll show you what's in them or something like that. And the ghosts escape and consume her, in the real world or whatever. In the, I don't know, physical realm, the ghosts escape and they come out and they, maybe the coolest scene of somebody dying in the movie, they like, push their hands underneath her face and stuff. It looks gnarly. Yeah. Looks really, really good.
Unpleasant. It looks like it was unpleasant.
Well, it looks bad, but it looks awesome is what I'm trying to say. Cause
like if that were really happening to you, it'd be very unpleasant.
It'd be bad.
Yeah.
Then they attack Danny, and you're like, oh no, this isn't good.
I know. I was like, did he not think about this?
Yeah, I mean, while they were consuming her, I would have figured he would get up and run away.
Well, he's got, his femoral artery is bleeding out. So.
Yeah, he's very injured. So, Abra sees the twins in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Come
not
play
good.
with us.
Then we get a very possessed Danny. Did they go to room 237 here? I think they do.
She runs in and hides. Yeah.
Or is it their apartment? Like the caretaker's apartment?
No, she runs into 237.
Okay.
Yeah, because we see her in the bathroom.
There's more ghosts. We see the Great Party guy from the Shining.
Yeah, before she runs into 237, we see all the ghosts are released.
Right. Delbert Grady. Which that guy recast really well.
Mm-hmm.
He looks very similar. The Bath Lady, like you said. Danny comes back for a quick second to tell her to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, he's just about ready to kill her and chop her in her head.
Yeah, and she reminds him of the boiler.
Yeah.
Which is, a clear homage to the original book.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the whole boiler thing is... Danny, as a kid, is able to remind
it's what
the
snaps
ghost,
him out of it. Yeah.
And the ghost is like, no, and runs back down.
Self-preservation.
Which also does happen in the made-for-TV remake, which,
with the guy from Cheers.
Yeah.
Not Cheers, Wings. Yeah, Wings.
Which, is that a spinoff?
No, I don't. What? No.
Frasier was the spinoff.
Yeah, Frasier was the spinoff.
We go to the boiler. Danny fights the hotel off from stopping the boiler from destroying the hotel. It catches on fire
very quickly.
Then he sees his mom with no flies, thankfully.
And they hug. Yeah, and then he's like the child version again.
Right.
But did you not think that house caught on fire very quickly?
Oh, yeah.
Very quickly it was up in flames.
Yeah, well, when Abra gets outside, you see the flames spreading very fast.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It is dilapidated.
That's
so
true.
That.
So, I guess.
Then we get emergency vehicles coming.
Okay, so how does she explain this? Because there are 2 vehicles that have driven up.
Yeah.
And there's only her.
Maybe she uses her powers to influence them.
I guess. I was thinking about that. I'm like, how does she explain this?
Again.
Without being like, it wasn't me.
Yeah. Again, you got to suspend disbelief a little bit. I don't know. It's a crazy situation, obviously.
How did the van get in the middle of the woods?
Carefully. Abra is talking to the ghost of Danny back at their house, right?
Yeah. Which at first they're kind of like, they make you think that he's really alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because she talks about how she knew that he would get out.
Right. Here's where we're wondering, is Rose the last of the true knot? She says that they are not. That she is not, right? That their group is not the last. She actually says this when they're having the confrontation on the stairs.
But would you admit if you were?
Well, yeah. She's very arrogant.
Yeah.
So if she's trying to put fear into them, she's going to lie to them.
Right.
So it could go either way. but doesn't look like this is getting a movie sequel because the first one didn't do very well. So,
which is surprising. I feel like
again, we did discuss this a little bit before, but like I think, maybe advertising didn't portray it quite what it was. I thought the advertising was okay. I didn't really see it advertised that much though. Like I don't watch a lot of TV, so I didn't know. I don't know how much.
Saw advertisements.
Yeah. I think, time of year maybe had something to do with it. October is not necessarily like the studio's most confident time of year for movies.
It's Halloween.
It was, but I think it came out maybe like a couple weeks after Halloween or before. So I don't know.
Maybe just too much time has passed since the original Shining.
Yeah, I'm not sure that like.
Because I feel like if it didn't do good in theaters, that's because nobody really gave it a chance.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I mean, I didn't see it in theaters, but that's just because I never got a chance to, and I don't know. Maybe that's what everybody.
Also, I feel like the first It Chapter 1 or whatever, set unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
You know
and then
I mean?
we got burned with Pet Cemetery and It Chapter 2 to an extent, and then.
So maybe not like the best moment for this to come out.
Because it wasn't terrible. And so I can't see
how... I actually think completely the opposite. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I can't see how word of mouth would have been bad about it. The only thing that I had bad about it was it just felt really long.
Well, I think it maybe just felt long because, like, there's that extra half an hour on top of a normal length of movie. You know what I mean? Like, you're so used to a specific length of movie.
Right.
Like, that now when they're putting out Avengers and stuff like that, it's like, I understand that you have a lot of cool stuff you want to put into this movie, but...
Those are all like 3-hour movies.
Yeah.
Too.
This was close though. This was two and a half, right? Mm-hmm. Theatrical version is 2.5.
I think it was 2:38.
Yeah. So, Abra assures her mom that Abra's dad and Dan are okay. She says, at first she says, "No, I wasn't talking to anybody."
Yeah.
So at least she's like changing, is a little more upfront with her mom.
She's taking
now.
Danny's advice and letting it shine.
Danny is dead, but Abra lives on. Is that a fair trade?
Yeah.
Kind of. I like Dan, so...
I mean, he's still with her to an extent.
And that is also shades of The Shining. The dad lives so that, he saved his son from the hotel pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Abra sees the bathtub lady just like young Danny did earlier in the movie, sort of bookending, right? Mm-hmm. The film.
So we can assume that she's going to put her in a box as well.
Right. So she learned from Danny's wisdom, you know? So she's passing along her wisdom, and it just makes sense to end it that way.
Right.
In the book, Danny lives through the whole confrontation up at Camp Overlook or whatever, gets his sobriety chip for many, many years or whatever. Danny and Abra are actually related in the book as well through an affair that Jack had.
Oh.
So that's a big change from this. They don't address that whatsoever.
Wow.
And then in the bonus features, let's very quickly talk about those. Mike, the director, and the crew all look really happy to be doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Everybody felt like it was a awesome thing, Yeah. Nobody, at least, in the bonus features, that's the way they portray it. It seems like they're having a really good time, though. Like, they are riding around on Danny's 3-wheeler. Like, they're having a good time. Right. Especially when they're in the Overlook. They don't really show a lot of stuff that's not in the Overlook, so I feel like the cameras were there for that. Mm-hmm. Steve is really into the whole thing. Significantly less harsh in his explanations about the Kubrick movie today than he used to be. He used to be really cold on...
I was going to say, he's kind of let some things go.
He explains the differences really well. And let's see. So there's also in these bonus features a deleted scene of Wendy looking through the pages. So they didn't include that in either, which I found interesting.
Pages of what?
The like in The Shining, they recreated that scene where she's flipping through.
Gotcha.
I mean, they already kind of went overkill with some of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the director's cut version, there's a couple more. So they didn't even put that one in the director's cut. Let's see. They're playing by some of Kubrick's rules as well as Jack Torrance. Becomes Jack Torrance becomes an overlook employee in death, just like Delbert Grady did.
Right.
So that's a thing where like Kubrick establishes this thing that when an old employee dies at the Overlook, they become they never something
leave.
Else. Yeah. They're not a caretaker again when they come back. They're like the janitor,
right?
Something like that. Let's see. And then Mike brought the boiler room ending from the book into the movie world, changing the book ending of Doctor Sleep a bit. Let's see. Do I have anything else? There might be one thing left on this director's cut. It's more clear in the director's cut that Danny had to close the door of the hotel and sacrifice himself. They're a little bit less on the nose about that in the theatrical version.
Right.
And, are there more of the not out there? They go to a little bit longer explaining some of that stuff. And,
like, were they wanting to make a sequel out of this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, and this is like a sequel, right? So essentially, now we have a franchise. But, will they go beyond what King wrote? Like that is purely determined by the success of the movie, right? King and Mike joke about Abra's teenage years or Abra's, Abra's middle-age years or whatever. So, like, certainly King is never opposed to any kind of idea like that. You know what I mean?
It just felt like this was the
he
final
came back,
chapter in The Shining,
He came back 30 years later and added this Abra character.
Yeah.
So she would be the key to continuing this story, right?
I mean, has King said anything about making another story just with her?
Well, I think he's kind of has left it up in the air at this point. Like, if his muse tells him that's where he needs to go, then he will. You know what I mean? He also has said before that he actually never said concretely, like, this story's over. And I think in between The Shining and Doctor Sleep, he wondered, like, where is Danny? But he didn't ever go there. You know what I mean? Now he has gone there. But,
can I just say...
You can say anything.
We're getting to a point in all these authors' lives where they're getting older.
Yeah.
Like, I believe Clive Cussler just passed away yesterday or this morning. And Sue Grafton passed away like last year or the year before. And she was doing a series. It was the Alphabet series.
Yeah.
Every book was A is for this, B is for this. And she got all the way up to Y passed away before Z came out. And the family has said she didn't finish writing it, so we're not going to get this published because she didn't finish it. So I'm just like, oh my God, we're getting to this point where all of these people are starting to die.
Yeah, see, that's an interesting thing. First of all, first point is that Stieg Larsson, who wrote The Girl That Kicked the Hornet's Nest and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and all of those, they put out a book after he died.
I know.
They should not have done that.
No.
It's not as good.
No.
So I think, like, first of all, yes, you leave that in the family's hands, but at the same time, you have somebody who's like that worked with him, maybe was his editor or something like that, be like, hey, he wouldn't want this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that is all up to all the parties involved to decide. But for me, if it was me and I got something that I wrote that was in my, my safe or whatever, unfinished, don't put this shit out.
Right.
Like, you can read it because you're my family. Or if it's a really close loved one, yeah, they can read it. They're privileged to be able to do so.
Right.
But I feel like if they did, they would say, yeah, this isn't done.
Yeah.
And most authors, even the biggest ones, even King himself, has editors that work with him to make his stuff better.
Yeah.
They're not too proud to, like, it wouldn't be as good if there wasn't an editor being like, hey, maybe you should take a second look at this or a third look at this, right? Also, King himself almost died before he finished the Dark Tower series. Once he recovered and wrote a book or two, then he decided, I am not as immortal as I feel. I feel like that's a human thing, is like we all tend to feel like we're a little bit more untouchable than we
really
are.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm gonna finish the Dark Tower now, and everybody's like, yay! So
imagine how all these people are feeling with George R.R. Martin.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's just waiting.
And he's not a
for
healthy
the final
guy.
book. No.
You've seen him. He's not a healthy looking guy.
He's very plump. Man.
And that's not it. I'm not trying to insult him at all.
No, but even he knew that.
Yeah.
Even he knows that. Like, he gave HBO the ending just in case he did die before he finished the book.
So, as far as Doctor Sleep goes, I feel like the ending the King put on it is a fine ending. If we don't get more, then that's fine. If this movie series doesn't go further, I feel like it ended pretty well.
Yeah.
And overall, I really liked this movie.
Yeah.
And, if you're listening to this and you haven't watched it, you kind of just did. But you should check it out because there's a lot of really cool visually.
Oh, my God. Visually,
visual
it was
things.
just amazing.
Yeah. And sonically, the sound, all the
tonally,
music
cues, it was really good.
Across the board, loved it.
I thought they nailed it.
And we can't say that about a lot of King stuff that's come out recently. So,
definitely not. That was definitely not our review for Pet Sematary.
Yeah, exactly. Or
It Part 2.
It Part 2, yeah. We were not kind to either of those, but they deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make better movies and we won't be mean.
Exactly.
I don't think we were necessarily mean, but
especially Pet
I'm
Sematary. My God, the ending of that movie. I am still not over that. You do not make them all zombies.
I don't like thinking about it. I won't watch it again.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
By the way, spoilers for Pet Sematary.
You're not gonna watch it.
We already
anyway.
said don't watch it.
Yeah, we already did our review of it anyway.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. In a few weeks ish, we're probably going to talk about the back half of the first, maybe only season of what's it called? Outsider. We got called out for naming a bunch of actors that weren't in The Outsider, by the way.
Who did?
We did. At the end of the Outsider episode, we named like a bunch. Off the top of our heads, we were naming actors. I personally said 2 that were not in the movie.
Who did I say?
I can't remember who you said, but I said Val Kilmer was in it. He's not in it.
No.
And I think I said...
Oh, the movie Outsiders, yeah.
I think I either said Tom
Kevin
Cruise.
Bacon's in it, right?
I either said Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks definitely isn't in it.
When you said it, I wasn't going to say you're wrong, but I don't remember who I said.
And I don't remember if Tom Cruise is in it either.
I don't think so. It was Swayze, right?
I'm not going down this road. I don't know. I'm not.
I'm trying to picture the cover art for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure
it's a bunch of guys.
There's a Swayze,
and it's the people that are in the movie.
And one of a lesser known brother of someone. I feel like
Ralph Macchio.
No,
I did mention him too.
So
I don't know.
There's people.
Yeah, I believe Patrick Swayze is in it, but I'm not gonna go any further than that. They are all they're all,
what?
pretty
We're
attractive
all human and we make
younger
mistakes
males from the time.
Everybody was in all the movies in the 80s.
Some of the guys that were in the Brat Pack, let's just put a blanket that statement are in that movie.
All right.
The Outsiders. Okay, we're leaving now. If you like the show, share it on your social medias because that's where people will look for things. Leave us a really nice review. We have a couple, but we don't have as many as we would like.
I'd like more.
I'd love more. Just like we'd love more of good Stephen King stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it for today. See you next time, everybody. Bye.
Oh, bye. Bye.